Get your hand off that flesh stick for 2 seconds. I got some really important information to tell you guys. I can't believe it. We've actually got some crazy news today, and it's absolutely disgusting and disruptive to my entire vision I had of Donald Trump. See, I thought Donald Trump was a liar, a manipulator, just a worthless man, best friend of Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't know that he's also an abuser when it comes to provocative natures. I didn't know that. I just assumed he was many things. I assumed he was representative of what America was. But it turns out he really is what America is. Just disgusting and nasty and vitriolic. Today, the Supreme Court has decided unanimously to deny Donald Jamarcus Trump his plea deal against a woman he abused provocatively many moons ago. This is interesting. Donald Trump says his assault case is really against the USA and all it stands for. He claims a fake case that he never met Jean Carroll and that her claim of defamation is ridiculous. He was found liable for both assault and defaming her. Now, this is pretty much open information. I read through all 312 pages of this, and it is disgusting. The reason this video even took so long, I was reading this earlier on. This is really gross. It's nasty, but if you want the end verdict, you go to page 312. You get the end verdict at page 312. If you want to read through all this, I have this pinned in the top comment under my GoFundMe. You go ahead and just check this out. This is insane. It is really, really bad. It is wildly bad. He has to pay $5 million to Jean Carroll about this entire thing. Now, the reason I'm talking about why it's so good is because this happened in 2023. It's a civil conviction, by the way. I want to point this out. It's not a criminal charge. It's a civil conviction. So it happened in civil court. Because going after Donald Trump criminally would be so much work. He can't go to jail. He genuinely can't go to jail for that. So Donald Trump is probably going to get sued a whole lot. Because if this is any, I guess, example of how a case is going to go for Donald Trump, this is looking bad. Because I was reading through this whole thing. It was bad. Everything he said was in here. Every mean statement he said, every news interview, all that stuff. The reason the case took so long for the Supreme Court to review it is because he has so many statements that he was saying that were just messed up and evil and just horrible towards this woman. Here goes the fun part. Here goes really, really, really crazy. In making the statement, Donald Trump acted maliciously out of hatred, ill will, spite, or wanton, reckless, or willful disregard for the rights of another. Yes, if this is for defamation, hundreds of thousands of people can sue Donald Trump because it's evil. Now, this is really fun. I know that his base doesn't read and they hate reading, but he posted something today. Surprisingly, the Supreme Court declined to review, in quotations, a fake case brought against me by a woman I never met. This is interesting. Of course they're not going to review a fake case. Why would they review fake case? It doesn't make any sense. Why would they ever review a fake case? Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's ridiculous. Decades-old celebrity photo line standing with her husband does not count. So this is really interesting. There's one photo of them together. Now, Jean Carroll is stating that Donald Trump abused her in a provocative nature, which he did. He actually admitted to it in the court case. It's actually really, I forgot the exact point in here, is somewhere around the 250 pages, somewhere around that range. He admitted to it. He admitted to it in here. He actively admitted to it. He didn't even know he admitted to it. I will continue the fight against this weaponization and lawfare case against me, including the ridiculous claim of defamation with all my power and strength. This is very important. Donald Trump, I don't think, knows what defamation means. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. But he has defamed many people. So many people he's defamed. This case is really against the United States of America. Oh, interesting. And all it stands for. It should never be allowed to happen to another president or a candidate to be. I like how he's stating as if, this can happen to me, this can happen to anybody. No, I think it can just happen to you because you're evil. I really think it's just going to happen to you because you're really wicked, man. You're like a wicked guy, like generally speaking. New York State created a law for an instant speck of time going back many decades in order to wrongfully nab me. They created a law just for you. Just for you. It was tailor-made, and this injustice cannot be allowed to stand. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. It's so interesting. It's so cool. Now, this is fun, right? They're blaming the Supreme Court justices. Now, these are the current members of the Supreme Court justice, right? We got John G. Roberts Jr., Clarence Thomas, Samuel A. Alito. We got Sonia Sotomayor. We got Elena Kagan, Neil M. Gorish. We got Brett M. Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and then Ketanji Brown Jackson. And then these people. Right now, this is very important, right? Who do you think Republicans are blaming? I'll give you a hint. I should give you another hint. Who do you think Republicans are blaming? I'll give you a hint. Because it's not anybody else. They're really just blaming all the black people. Black people love assaulting people. It's crazy. I've seen so many comments. I don't want to go through them because they really make me pissed. I've read so many crazy statements about this entire thing, but I want to go and talk about one specific statement that really made me super excited because the Supreme Court denied it. By the way, a Supreme Court that he chose the entire Supreme Court. So here goes the fun part, right? This is Mary L. Trump. Now, who's Mary L. Trump? Mary L. Trump, this is kind of cool. Mary L. Trump is Donald Trump's niece. At last, E. Jean Carroll just kicked Donald Trump's ass once and for all. What a legend she is. Time to pay up, Donald. This is amazing. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. The principal interest over the accrued interest it's crazy. All this is just beautiful. I love every single second of this. I love it so much. Because for years, right, I have heard the phrase repeated over and over again whenever Donald Trump's legal issues came up. Well, we gotta let the courts decide. Let the courts decide. This rallying cry became the conversation ender. Well, you can say that, but what do the courts think? What do the courts think? And then he stacked the Supreme Court in his favor just to lose. Every discussion was shut down with that sentence. Every criticism was answered with the same patient, reasonable demand. Wait for the legal process. Trust the system. Let the evidence speak. Allow the institutions to do their work. That was the standard. That was the expectation. Well, the legal process happened. A jury found Donald Trump liable for SA and defaming E. Jean Carroll. They awarded her $5 million in damages, and then over time, I believe she's getting paid $88 million because of the accrued interest over that. Multiple appeal verdicts, so much stuff, and then the Supreme Court that he select. That's so embarrassing. I don't think you understand how embarrassing that is. He chose everybody specifically in the Supreme Court right now, and he lost. That's crazy. Do you know how bad a case has to be if your own homies are like, yeah, this is bad, dude? That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my God. The reaction online has been so fascinating because so many of the people who demanded patience seemed unwilling to accept the outcome they insisted everyone wait for. I feel as though everybody was waiting for this, right? Maybe you didn't know about this case. I remember 2023. I wanted to talk about this, but I got MAGA hate rated by people. They're like, oh, yeah, you're just talking about it because you hate Donald Trump. I say, you know what? I'll wait because I know what's going to happen. I am so vindicated right now. I can feel every pore on my body getting cleansed. I'm exfoliated in many capacities. The sunlight, the UV rays, the DNA is getting shifted. I'm going to grow 100 feet tall like a beanstalk. I am a man of 6 feet tall. I tower like a giant in a world that is defined of my height. I say hi, but no reply because the letters that you write because I found some peace of mind. I am so happy. Christopher Drew, by the way, horrible man now, but great day back, back in the day. Never shall never. Shout out Vans Warped Tour. I'm so happy. Oh my God. The entire point of respecting the judicial process is accepting that cases are argued, get this evidence presented, juries deliberate, judges review their record, and you can see the entire record in the top comment. It's crazy. Social media is already splitting itself into so many different realities. One side is celebrating the decision, saying, oh yeah, this is great, guys. We did it. Wrap it up. This is good. This is amazing. This is good. And the other is saying, well, nothing really happened. So what if one woman convicted Donald Trump of a little bit of assault and abuse? We've all done it, right, guys? Which is just crazy. I think it's nuts. It's insane. It's really, really bad. There's something so ironic about watching people who spent years insisting institutions should be respected immediately dismiss those same institutions the second the ruling becomes inconvenient. That's weird. I think that's strange. It's really telling about how this I can only phrase it as a cult. This case has gone through years of litigation. It's not some snap judgment. There were witnesses, testimonies, motions, appeals, repeated reviews by higher courts. Trump's legal team could not argue against this because it was that bad. And Trump is the president of the United States. And during this time, he had billions of dollars to toss at this case. Jean Carroll did not. She did not. She just didn't have that. Like, pretending the legal process never happened ignores how extensive that process actually was. 3 years, mind you. Right? 3 years. 3 straight years. The internet is probably going to spend the next several decades arguing over every technical detail, every headline, every political implication. I think that's the nature of, I guess, modern politics. It's just going to be content for a long time. I just think that's what's going to happen. None of this means that it doesn't mean anything. I don't think it means anything. I think today marks another chapter in one of the most scrutinized legal battles involving a modern president. It's very strange. The Supreme Court denied the appeal. We got a $5 million judgment for her. This is amazing. And then his niece, Donald Trump's niece, said, "Hey, get out of here. I hate you." This is so beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. I love it so much. I really, really do. Imagine your own family hates you. That's disgusting, dude. That's disgusting.